I chose to ignore my stepdaughter instead of pushing a reconciliation.
Well, I mean, why would you push your stepdaughter?
Okay, let me give a little backstory since the title automatically makes me sound like the a-hole here. My oldest stepdaughter is now 26 years old. But the issue started 2 years ago when my husband and our 2 youngest kids took a trip to Lake Tahoe for a week. By the way, this comes from Kiyomuno, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. I'm Sophia.
I'm Angie.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we'd do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And OP says, we spent a lot of time on the beach, took tons of pictures of the kids, and posted every single one of them on Facebook so the family could see. Our 28 male and 26 female children live in Montana, and our 22 female had to work and could not go with us. I don't know if any of you have been to the beaches at Lake Tahoe in the summer, but the trip was mid-July and they were so crowded. We have a plan to maybe do that. Anyway, we got back from our trip and my hubby tried to video call our 26 female daughter, only to find out she had blocked him on Facebook. He then tried calling and texting her, but got no response. We did not want to drag our 18 male child into the situation, especially since we're not even sure what the situation was to begin with. When we called to check in with him, my hubby simply asked, "Do you know if we did something to upset your sister?" Our 28 male said he didn't know, but that he would ask her. We never really got an answer, but by the time 26 female's birthday rolled around that November, she was suddenly talking to us both again. We sent her money for her birthday because she needed help getting her car fixed, and then sent more money for Christmas for the same reason. The following spring, we made a trip up to see the kids, and everything seemed fine. Then June of 2024 came around, and she blocked us again out of nowhere.
What the frick?
Stop it.
What's going on?
We messaged her on her birthday saying, "Happy birthday, we love you," and sent her money for her birthday instead of presents since she was not answering her phone and had us blocked. I don't know if I would still keep sending money if she blocked you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I would either.
Now it's 2025, and in mid-June, their stepfather's mom passed away. The older kids came down for the services and stayed for 5 days. 26 females stayed with her bio mom, which we were fine with and completely understood without complaint. Our 28 male split his time between houses, staying 2 nights with us and 3 at his mom's. On his last day here, he broke down and told me the real reason 26 female cut us off. According to him, she was insulted and disgusted by the pictures we posted from our trip to Tahoe. I was confused, so he explained further. In every pic we took of the kids, there were also women in bikinis in the background, and she felt it was wrong of us to take those pictures and post them without permission. She believed we were focusing on the women instead of the kids. That's so stupid.
And that's why she blocked you guys?
Instead of being like, hey, like, you should probably take those pictures down.
Yeah.
You know,
or
there's
like
a lot of
blur
people.
them out.
Yeah.
Like, so she just said blocked, never talking to you guys again.
What?
What? Girl.
You're at the freaking beach.
Yeah.
That you've already established is super crowded because it's Tahoe in July.
Right.
What do you mean?
This is really just all a big ad for like that Google thing where it's like the
Yeah.
AI will like cut out people in the background.
If you don't want your daughter to block you forever,
Right.
use this app.
Exactly.
The section of beach we were on was about 200 yards long and had over 150 people on it, most of them women in bikinis. No matter where our kids stood or how much I zoomed in, other people were going to be in the pictures. While she was in town for the services, 26 female did not come to see us once. That part hurt the most, especially because of how much it hurt her father. Seeing him so upset over the situation was honestly heartbreaking. At that point, we still had never heard directly from her about what we supposedly did wrong. Now for the part where I'm wondering if I am the a-hole. I sent her a text message, since we're still blocked on social media, asking if there was anything she wanted or needed for her birthday. I sent it 2 weeks before her birthday and got no response at all. Because of that, I sent nothing. The same thing happened at Christmas. A few hours ago, my husband asked me what I sent her, and I told him I didn't send her anything. He got upset and said that was screwed up and that we should have sent her something anyway. I'm sorry, why are you asking now?
What do you want to do with that money so bad?
Yes, but
Yeah.
also, like, if you were so concerned about it, why didn't you take the point on that
Yeah,
2 months ago?
totally.
Why are you asking right now?
Right.
after Christmas.
Yes.
From my point of view, she only resumed talking to us when she needed help getting her car fixed, and then shut us out again once she got what she needed. She has never once talked to us directly about what we did that upset her. She never answers our calls, and if we are video calling 28 male who lives with her and 2 friends, she makes sure she's out of the room until the call is over. I feel like she's willing to talk to us only when she needs something, and I genuinely do not believe we did anything wrong to begin with. So am I the a-hole for not sending her anything for her birthday and Christmas? And we've got an update, but what do you think?
I think no.
No, you asked her.
I think it's very rare to be the a-hole for not giving someone money.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to think of a situation. Maybe if you're a parent and you have a minor child, yeah, you're going to want to take care of him.
Yeah.
This is not that case.
No.
I think, yeah, you're totally fine.
You literally said, what do you need?
Yeah.
She only had to break her no contact
Right.
to get this money. It was a very easy prerequisite.
Literally.
Update. Something a lot of people have mentioned that I would like to address is my husband's lack of involvement with gift giving. That's what I was wondering about. This has been the only year where this is the case. My husband was admitted to the hospital here the Sunday before her birthday and was there for 10 days. He got to come home, then ended up there again December 15th and wasn't released until Christmas Eve. I handled the Christmas shopping and wrapping gifts this year. For the first 16 years of our marriage, he helped with every single gift and even helped with wrapping, though he really sucks at it. Another thing that's been mentioned a lot is the possibility that she feels like he's more present with the younger kids than he was for her. This is definitely not the case. When she was growing up, he had more time at home. We traveled more, had more family activities. Now he works longer hours, and up until he got sick, was working 5 days a week, 50-hour days. 50-hour days? 50-hour? That's not possible.
50-hour weeks? I'm assuming it's meant to say.
We do what we can to make sure we do things as a family. We try to go on adventures, but it's not nearly as often as we were able to with the older 3. Our kids are 28 male, 26 female, 22 female, 15 male, and 14 female. Wow.
A lot of kids.
When 26 female blocked us, she cut ties with the other siblings here and only talked to 28 male who lives with her in another state. I'm only able to relay things from our side as she won't talk to anyone here to explain the cause or any issues she has. As I shared with another person who commented, our kids, yes, are all those ages. The older ones are the bonus kids, husbands and his ex-wife's kids.
Mm-hmm.
And then the youngest, 15 and 14, are OPs.
I love calling them bonus kids. That's really funny to me.
My husband has always been very involved. 26 female moved 14 hours away with her girlfriend at the time, back in 2018, and they talked every other day on the phone. This kept up until the Tahoe trip. We've made at least one trip a year up to visit her, apart from this year because they came here instead for their grandma's services, where we saw 28 male but not 26 female. Aside from this year, hubby's been an equal participant in buying gifts, and he's the one who sent her $2,200 last year, half for her birthday and half for Christmas to get her car fixed. That is a lot of money.
That is a lot of money.
$1,100 for birthday and $1,100 for Christmas?
Pretty generous.
She unblocked him long enough to ask for help fixing her car, then blocked him again once he sent the money. 26 female was 6 when her parents divorced, and before that, he was always involved, even switching his work schedule to attend sporting events for them. And update 2, hubby and I talked this morning, and I explained why I handle it the way I did, and I did apologize for not talking to him first. Not only was I not wanting to stress him out more while he was dealing with his health issues, but as I told him, I also know that he let her take advantage of him last year, and it put us in a crappy position. Also, he could help her and get cut off again. Yes, it upset me, but I never questioned him because she's our child. But after her being no contact this entire year and all his health issues that have us paying an insane amount of medical debt off, we can't afford for him to cave like that again. I admitted it was wrong for me to not discuss it with him. I 100% own up to that. And I even told him that I'd support his decision to send her money, but it would have to be an agreed upon reasonable amount, not like the $2,200 she was sent last year. After he explained his side and I explained mine, he said he understands why I didn't send anything, and much to my surprise, supports it. He said he agrees that she obviously is asking for space and will give it to her until she's ready to communicate and will be open for her to do so when she's ready. And we've got some comments.
Oh boy.
But what do you think?
I mean, I think That's a very, it should have been obvious to be like, yeah, maybe just don't give her as much money. But
It seems like it would be obvious.
yeah, you would think.
Yeah, $2,200 in
Yeah.
a year of like just 2 events.
Crazy. It's very, very generous for them to help her with her car at all. Honestly.
at
Like,
26.
yeah, at 26, I feel
I'm
like
paying
that's
for my car now.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, very nice of you, parents.
Yeah, especially when you have 5 other kids or 4 other kids.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
it's a lot.
And this one doesn't even talk to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Comments. Downvoted commenter says, honestly, I'm leaning not the a-hole, but with a big caveat. It sounds like your stepdaughter has been carrying resentment for a long time and never actually communicated it until now, which isn't fair to you. That said, the Tahoe photos clearly hit a nerve around feeling replaced or minimized, even if that wasn't your intent. Ignoring her entirely for holidays probably reinforced that belief. You don't owe money or gifts to someone who won't communicate, but you might owe a sincere acknowledgement of her feelings if you want any relationship at all. Not an apology for existing or taking photos, but for how it made her feel. And OP responds, the Tahoe trip was when she and her brother were already living 14 hours away from us. 16 hours from Tahoe. We did offer for them to go with us if they could make it to our house and ride up with us, but 28 male said he couldn't take the time off work, and she said she didn't want to go. Well, there you go.
She can't feel left out if she didn't want to go in the first place.
We can't talk to her about the situation because she's refused to talk to us. When we helped her with her car trouble, she kept the conversations short and to the point and would dodge questions about anything that didn't involve her car. Hubby was just so glad she was finally talking to him again. This year is the first time I completely ignored sending her anything for her birthday and Christmas. I figured it would just be another text message she wouldn't read and another response we would never get. She hasn't said anything to us, and I messaged 28 Mail to see if she said anything to him, and he said no, that he didn't even know we didn't send her anything. He then followed up by laughing and saying, serves her right, act like a witch, get treated like one. And OP explains more about her blended family's background. OP says, when hubby and I first met and moved in together, 26 female was 8, and we've always done things with them. Trips across country, lake trips, etc. Hubby has always made all of his kids his priority at all times. This year, the holidays have been on me, present-wise, because hubby has been in and out of the hospital and is going in for surgery on January 5th. I should also explain that this isn't the first time she cut contact with her dad, but it is the first time it's lasted this long. The first time was when she was in 10th grade. She called from her mom's house with her mom sitting next to her and told hubby he was a POS dad and a crappy husband. Jeez.
What happened?
I don't know. It can't
Like-
just be the pictures, really?
Right? Like, is she getting mixed up in the wrong crowd? Is she, getting mixed up with substances or any sort of addiction or something? Or has she been in a bad relationship? Like, what is happening
No.
if all 4 other kids who are like almost all adults, like,
Yeah.
are seemingly chill
Mm-hmm.
and on good terms with the parents, and then all of a sudden,
You just have one person
yeah,
who's really not chill.
yeah, like I doubt it was something terrible that you guys did to raise her. So now I'm like partially worried about her, and I'm sure they are too.
Yeah, because it was so sudden.
Yeah.
She told him she wanted nothing to do with him while his ex was laughing in the background. We didn't see her for 2 months after that. Wow. We won't even get into the issues with his ex because that story is too dang long. I do wonder maybe the ex is like poisoning the well a little bit.
Right? That's what I'm wondering.
But just know she was awful up until 26 female graduated. We never got her to explain why she said those things to him during that call because she refused to tell us. Was 26 females blocking a type of punishment for her dad in the family? OP says no, it wasn't a punishment for anything. The way I see it, her father has spent over a year trying to find out what he did/we did that upset her, and she ignored him at every turn until she needed something. She did the same thing once when she was younger and didn't start talking to him until her class had a field trip to Las Vegas and she wanted to go. But her bio mom couldn't afford it since she hasn't worked since 2009 and her hubby only works minimum wage. We offered for her to go on the trip with us and offered to pay for her gas, and she refused, saying she didn't want to go. We've never excluded her from anything, but if she wants to cut us off, why should I be sending her anything? It's the same reason I don't send my sister gifts. She cut herself off from the family when my mom told her she couldn't afford to pay for my sister to move into a new apartment after her and her boyfriend at the time got evicted for too many noise violations. What were they doing?
Yeah, honestly.
She cut all contact with all of us, even though I had jack crap to do with our mom's decision. So I'm giving her what she wanted. And if 26 female wants to stop acting like a petulant child and talk like an adult, I'm more than happy to return to our happy little family dynamic. But she acts like we don't exist. I still love her and will still be here for her when she decides she's ready to actually communicate without expecting money for doing so. And we've got a third update. What do you think?
Oh my gosh.
Because this just keeps going.
Does keep going. I mean, I think that's so fair because, I mean, first of all, you don't owe them anything anyways. Sure, you're the parents and you probably owe them love.
Probably.
It's like,
we owe them love.
like at the very least.
Yeah, a little bit of love.
But when they're into adulthood like this, it's not every family that gives money gifts to their kids,
Or it's certainly not this much.
Yeah, definitely. And so even if it was the kind of norm for you to be like giving generous gifts like this or just money at all to your kids, then it would be unfair to say like, oh, well, you just have to give me that no matter what, even if I'm like treating you like crap and like not talking to you.
I wish she would just talk to you.
Yeah.
Update 3. Our 28 male son saw the original post early this morning, and he finally decided he was done letting his sister be evasive, so he sat her down and demanded answers.
Oh boy.
I feel absolutely awful for 28 male because he called me bawling his eyes out.
Oh my God.
So the pictures on Facebook excuse, not real. Wow, yeah, shocked.
Yeah.
It didn't feel real.
Yeah.
It turns out that 3 years ago, 26 female bio mom told her that hubby isn't her dad. I knew it was the bio mom.
What?
I knew she had said something.
Oh my gosh.
Apparently, 26 female is the result of an affair. One of many affairs her bio mom admitted to. Daughter claims she tried to play nice and act normal. Those were the words he used, so may not be her exact words, but that she decided she isn't going to keep acting like he's her dad when he's not. He said she isn't interested in talking to any of us because there's no point when we're not even her family.
Aww. That's crazy.
Aww.
Because that's not what that means.
Yeah, one, that's not what that means. And also, OP's not your biological mom, and yet,
Yeah.
became your mom.
Right.
When she married into the family. So
yeah, you accepted her for long enough.
This is your family. I'm honestly not even sure how to process this, but more importantly, I'm not sure how to break it to my husband. I thought you were all in that conversation together.
Me too.
He's currently at work and goes in for surgery on January 5th and is already stressed out. So I don't know if I should tell him today after he gets home or wait until he's home after his surgery. 28 male is devastated and spent 20 minutes telling me how cruel and heartless she's being since my husband has been a great dad to her and now this is going to destroy their dad, which he's right, it will. So I guess my question now is, would I be the a-hole if I wait to tell him until after his surgery in 5 days? No?
I don't think so.
No, I feel like if it's a big surgery, which it seems like it is,
Yeah.
I think that is super fair to wait.
He's come this far without knowing.
Yeah.
And so kind of probably not the best way to look at it. But like, if he's made it this far without knowing,
Yeah.
he can go an extra week.
Yeah. And I would probably talk to the 28 male and say like, hey, I'm going to talk to him after the surgery, but just don't want any complications.
Yeah. I think that's good. People get very nervous before big surgeries.
Yeah.
So-
You don't want to make anything else worse.
Exactly.
Comment 1 says, not the a-hole. Since the surgery is so soon, you can wait to tell him afterwards. No need to cause this much stress right now since the situation isn't really an emergency. She's not a minor, there's no custody battle or child support to be paid. Her behavior, though, seems odd, but it's kind of hard to tell what's up with her without her POV. Is it possible she met her bio dad and maybe clicked better with him but doesn't want to say? I can't see myself dropping my dad as an adult if I find out he's not my bio dad, unless that information explains unfair things and trauma from my childhood, or if he was a crap dad to begin with. Honestly, it kind of does. I mean, not everyone would react the same, but it feels like having this really awful realization that her mother has kept from her.
Yeah.
And is probably really hurt by it and is just kind of lashing out at everyone.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think now we have our explanation for things.
Yeah.
If she continues this behavior, that's very sad. But I think we should still give her some love and like let her know that she's still welcome here.
Yeah, don't prove her right, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Because maybe she'll come around to it. Maybe she'll, be upset, and maybe I wonder if she just kind of feels like invincible in a way here, where it's like, oh, well, it doesn't matter what I say.
Yeah.
It's not actually that hurtful because you're not my dad. Like,
yeah, maybe like texting her, hey, like once you've talked to him and it goes well, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hey, we know and we are still your parent.
Yeah.
OP says, I honestly don't know anything more than what he told me, and since she refuses to communicate with us herself, I guess we just have to accept that. I can't speak for how her dad and biomom treated her before their divorce, but from the time I met him to present, he's always been a good dad to all 5 kids. It unalives me that she would cut us out for something completely out of our control and claim we're not her family when we're the ones who stood by her and helped her all this time. She's going through, I truly think, not that it excuses her behavior, but I think she's just kind of like really in shock and just kind of lashing out in a bad way.
Yeah.
Hubby paid child support for all 3 of the older kids, paid for all extracurricular activities, field trips, school clothes, supplies, paid for school lunches, and paid all medical costs. He showed up for everything: sporting events, school plays, even elementary school and high school graduations. I get that she's found out she has another part of her family now, but blood or not, I don't know how she can just write off her father, me, and our youngest 2 kids who both loved and looked up to her. Again, I think it's kind of like push them away before they push me away.
Yeah.
I do think I'll be waiting until after his surgery, since it's not like things will magically change in the next 5 days. I definitely don't want to give him one more thing to be stressed about before he has a major surgery. Thank you for your response. Does OP's husband know if his daughter is his? OP says hubby never even suspected she wasn't his, and to my knowledge, no paternity test has been done. Even if she isn't biologically my hubby's child, we still love her and consider her ours, even if she doesn't feel the same. Has 26 female done a confirmed test or going by her mother's words? OP says, to my knowledge, just her mother's word for now. I told our 28 male son not to ask anything more unless he's asking for himself, because he doesn't need to be stressing himself out when he has a child of his own to take care of. What? Whoa, he's a kid? Whoa. If he wants answers, that's fine, but he doesn't need to be the middleman here. Well, if she really isn't my hubby's bio daughter, then his ex lied for 26 years, almost 27 if you count her pregnancy. I don't have any way of knowing if she's done a paternity test with the supposed bio dad, but I know hubby has never done one or felt the reason to. Can OP's husband sue his ex if 26 female is not his? OP says suing ex would be pointless. She hasn't worked in more than 15 years, is being evicted from her home, and her current hubby is working 3 minimum wage jobs just to support them. By the way, you can support us by listening to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. Dang, what a twist and turn this story was.
Wow.
Wowie.
Yeah, that really was.
I still think the same.
Yeah.
I think she's pushing you away before you
Yeah.
push her away in her mind.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. I think she's taking out her frustrations because she feels a little bit invincible with that, since she thinks it still won't hurt for some reason. I don't know. Or that it doesn't matter, or that she shouldn't feel guilty because of this or something. But yeah, I think just give her some space. I'm glad you're going to wait till after the surgery to tell your husband. I think that's the smart move. It'll suck either way, but at least we'll know that he's safe.
There's a little left. OP on if the bio mother has manipulated the older kids against her. OP says bio mom spent the first 7 years of hubby's and my marriage telling the kids that I was a horrible person that was going to make their dad leave them, and then told them their dad was worthless and was the reason she couldn't afford to get them nice things for birthdays and Christmas.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, bio mom is a pretty awful person. She's always used manipulation and guilt to get the kids to do what she wants, and luckily they all figured that out in their late teens and ended up moving in with us at some point. We tried to keep things civil for the kids, but she still has the nerve to try bad-mouthing my hubby to me every chance she gets. Oh, and the cause of their divorce that she told the kids was all their dad's fault. He caught her cheating on him, and she was pregnant with another man's kid. So it's safe to say that she's already known for being deceitful. I have no doubt that hubby would agree to a DNA test if she was willing to do one, but it wouldn't change the fact that he'll always view her as his daughter. Unfortunately, she isn't willing to speak with us, so nothing we can do about it until she is. And that is the end of that story. I hope she changes her mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's not much you can do to force her to do that.
Exactly. You just kind of have to be there. Well, good luck, OP.
Luck. But that is the end of that story, and we've got another one coming right up.
I refuse to help my family financially after they left me homeless.
That's a fair reason.
I, 36 female, am facing intense pressure from my family to help them financially after they found out that I'm involved in a medical malpractice lawsuit. I'm being told that I'm selfish, bitter, and holding on to the past. I don't think they understand what I actually survived or what this money represents. By the way, this comes from Mediocre Heron 5032 directly from our r/okstorytime subreddit. What? One of our own. So if you want to submit your own stories, go to that r/okstorytime subreddit and we just may read them. And OP says, about 10 years ago, I experienced homelessness. At the time, I had a 2-year-old daughter. Due to circumstances I won't fully explain here, my mother took custody of her and kicked me out.
Oh, wow.
I was suddenly alone, without my child, without support, and without a place to sleep. The emotional devastation of losing my daughter while also losing my home is something I still carry with me today. I reached out to family members and people I believed were friends, begging for help. I asked for just a couch, a spare room, anything. Every single person turned me away.
Wow.
Some didn't answer the phone. Others told me they couldn't help. I learned very quickly that I was on my own. I ended up in a shelter for about 2 months. That experience was deeply traumatizing. The constant fear, the instability, the humiliation, the uncertainty of not knowing where I'd be next or if I'd even ever get my daughter back changed me permanently. I slept with one eye open. I cried myself to sleep more nights than I can count. I felt stripped of dignity and humanity. The entire time, my only motivation was my child. My daughter's father refused to help me unless I agreed to return to a relationship that was unhealthy and unsafe. I refused. I would rather be homeless than sacrifice my self-respect or put myself back into a situation that I knew would destroy me. After about a month in the shelter, I started working and saving whatever I could. By the end of the second month, I was able to secure housing. Wow,
Nice.
that's really great.
That's really impressive.
Yeah. I fought relentlessly to regain custody of my daughter, navigating lies, manipulation, and legal obstacles. Eventually, I succeeded. I got her back. I moved away and cut off nearly my entire family to protect both myself and my child.
As you should.
Yeah.
Absolutely. These people are not supporting you at all.
The only person I stayed in contact with was my cousin Lulu, 35 female. She was the only one who helped me during my darkest time. She sent money when she could, tried to keep me connected to my daughter, and quietly supported me while not wanting to become a target herself. I will always be grateful for her. Years later, I was in a serious car accident as a passenger. I needed surgery and received a nerve block that was botched. As a result, I suffered a collapsed lung and permanent nerve damage that caused ptosis. My eye and part of my face droop.
Oh my goodness.
I was told it would resolve. It didn't. For over a year, I lived in chronic pain, fear, and uncertainty. I went to therapy, took nerve medications, saw specialists, and tried to function while my body felt unfamiliar and broken. The emotional toll was immense. I struggled with anxiety, depression, and the constant reminder that something had been taken from me without my consent. Eventually, I filed a lawsuit. When my family found out after Lulu accidentally mentioned it, they suddenly reappeared.
Lulu!
Oh no. People who wouldn't answer my calls when I was homeless now wanted to reconnect. They framed it as concern, but it quickly became clear that they were focused on what they believed would be a large settlement. They began suggesting that I help them pay bills, cover rent, get them back on their feet, or do the right thing.
That's so funny.
That
No.
is insane.
Literally like blocked. Bye.
Yeah, that's insane because obviously because of the whole homeless situation. Don't you understand that like the reason you get money from settlements like those is because there's all of these doctor's appointments that you have had to pay for and will have to pay for.
There are medical bills.
Yes, like it's not just free money because it's not like an I'm sorry gift. There's reasons that you need that money.
Yes.
And that is so insane that they're asking to pay bills when they left you homeless.
Yeah, tell them to shut up.
I was told that I should forgive the past, be the bigger person, and remember that family is family.
Oh, that's so funny because like when I was homeless, it wasn't family?
It wasn't. Here's the part that no one seems to understand. This money is not a lottery win. It is compensation for trauma, pain, for permanent damage, and for years of suffering, both physical and emotional. My pain and suffering will not pay anyone's rent. My collapsed lung does not fund anyone's lifestyle. My homelessness, my fear, my tears, and my survival are not a communal resource. I have a long-term plan. I want to invest $2 million. This is a large settlement.
Damn.
Holy crap. Live off of the returns, purchase a few vacation properties as short-term rentals, and buy my daughter a ranch with horses. Okay, so when you said large settlement,
I thought like 200,000.
Yeah.
Damn.
You said large settlement.
Not saying that you should give them any money, but I do see why they came back. I do understand.
That is quite a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
This is something that she has always dreamed of. I want stability, peace, and security. I want a life where I never have to fear homelessness again, and where my daughter never experiences the instability that I did. My plan is structured so that the rental properties pay for themselves, including taxes and insurance. Between investments and rental income, I expect to generate over $100,000 annually. I plan to live modestly on about $60,000. Look at you go, dude. Any surplus will be reinvested to protect our future. There is no room in this plan for handouts. The only people I intend to help financially are my cousin Lulu and her daughter.
Good.
She was there for me when I had nothing. If the rest of my family had shown up when I was sleeping in a shelter and fighting to get my child back, I would gladly help them now. I do still love them, but love does not mean self-sacrifice to the point of self-destruction. And by the way, love also means listening to full episodes of stories just like this one on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or your favorite podcast app. Just search OK Storytime. Show us that you love us.
Show it.
There is more to this story, but
Wow.
yeah, dude.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I don't know if that settlement has gone through, but it seems like you are confident that it will.
I mean, those are big plans, man.
Big numbers, too.
Big numbers.
Dang.
And a lot of different things that you could do with that money.
Yes.
But yeah, it still stands, though. That doesn't mean that you owe anyone money.
Nope.
And that you are selfish for keeping that money.
Mm-mm.
Because, I mean, you deserve it. Have gone through a lot in your life. And even though, you know, this money isn't like from a business or something like that, but it's like you...
From your suffering.
Yeah, you went through all this suffering and you did take the actions to settle the lawsuit and to like go through with that and everything. So
A piece of cake, that's hard.
and then of course I could totally understand with the trauma of being homeless and having to be in a shelter and get your daughter back and stuff. Totally understand like wanting a giant sum to just have safe.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think
To
that's
not have to worry about money or, you know,
Yeah.
instability and stuff.
and it's not like you're gonna be like spending it freely either. Like
No.
you said living modestly on $60,000.
That's modest.
That is modest. I think no matter where you live in America, I feel like that's pretty modest.
Pretty modest.
Yeah, so I think you're totally fine. And there is more to this story. Some family members argue that they didn't know how bad things were back then. I find it hard to believe that they didn't know I was in need, yet somehow they know now that there's money involved.
Yeah, they're like, well, we didn't ask you those questions before, but we heard that you have money now, so...
Right. If you didn't know how bad it was, that's because you weren't close to me.
Yeah,
And we didn't have a relationship.
and we don't have one now.
So
And also, Opie told us that she went to, like, everyone she knew
yeah.
for help, and no one helped her, so...
No one took from their table to help me build mine. I survived homelessness. I survived medical trauma. I survived abandonment. And I refuse to apologize for protecting the future that I fought tooth and nail to secure. So am I the a-hole for refusing to financially support family members who weren't there for me when I had nothing? And there are some comments, but obviously our answer is no.
No.
You're good, dude.
You're fine. Keep
Keep
that money.
Meet a good partner that you want to spend your time with.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can both enjoy the money.
And go from there.
And we do have some comments here. Comment 1 says, they can have their money only if they give up all possessions, live in the streets, get hit by a bus, wake up while being operated on, sue for malpractice, and win. See? It has nothing to do with you or your money. They will take all you have and they start with your children. Do not do business with thieves and child kidnappers. Well, I don't know if they're child kidnappers. I think
Well,
that
they took her daughter.
Yeah, but I think that was... It didn't go into it too much. I thought it was because she couldn't care for her or something.
I don't know. They didn't really specify.
So, I mean, maybe child kidnappers, I don't know. But, hopefully not. Comment number 2 says, not the a-hole. I might be a little biased in that I practice this kind of law. Plaintiff side because F insurance companies. But even so, I have a hard time imagining anyone would ever think you're in the wrong here. Setting aside the fact that they treated you like dirt when you were at rock bottom, that money isn't just compensation for your pain and suffering. It's for economic damages. For example, lost wages, lost opportunities, etc., and future medical treatment. I'm unclear on whether you succeeded in a claim for third-party auto negligence, medical malpractice, or both. If it is med-mal, then I like that, med-mal. Your treating physician must have really effed up and caused you significant injury. Considering how hard it is to succeed on a med-mal claim, your settlement or trial award is a massive amount. Given how limited most auto policy limits are, that level of compensation suggests significant and life-altering injuries. You owe nothing to anyone except yourself and your child. Comment 3 says, this payment is also for your future medical care, lost wages, and permanent disability.
Exactly.
Your cousin shouldn't have been told what it was. She She violated a huge trust by telling anyone. I wouldn't trust her with sensitive information again. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far. We seem to like Lulu.
Yeah, we seem to like Lulu, so I think it's okay.
Maybe it was just a slip up.
Yeah.
You need to tell anyone that you only get a small monthly stipend and can't help them. You also need to set up a trust for your daughter, so if something happens to you, your unscrupulous family won't steal your legacy from her. OP says, she is my only heir. I am placing the assets into a trust that I will establish as the grantor. I am also forming an LLC to serve as a co-trustee with me. My daughter and I will be the beneficiaries, with me receiving income during my lifetime and her designated as the remainder beneficiary. And that's the end of that story. Dang, you've got it figured out.
Yeah, man. Okay.
That's a lot more things than I would understand. I would not be able to do everything.
I don't
that you're
understand.
doing. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
But
I
you
support
do.
it. Yeah. And that's all that matters.
Exactly. And preferably it's you.
Yeah,
so
preferably it's the one that has the money.
so great.
Yeah.
Well, that's insane. Props to you, dude.
Yeah, what a huge shift in your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely. Because it's also the kind of thing where it's like, congrats on the money. Sorry for your injuries. Because that's still obviously.
That's still a huge part of your life.
Yeah. Because I know that there's some cases where it's like, yeah, I mean, you get a lot of money, but it's like, I'd kind of rather be able to walk or something like that, you know? But good for you. I hope that these people stop bothering you and you live a peaceful life like you want.
Me too.
But that is the end of that story. We have another one coming right up.
My mother-in-law accidentally exposed our private secret. My mother completely lost it.
All my privates.
My wife, 30 female, and I, 30 male, have been together for almost 12 years and married for almost 8. My wife has always wanted kids, but only within the last few years, 3 years, have I felt I would be ready for parenthood. Our parents would always ask about kids, and we would always give a vague response like, we're ready now, so hopefully it'll be soon. By the way, this comes from Sean B. Lowles, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We only know what we do. So let us know what you would do in the comments. And Opie says, the problem for us has been that my wife has a condition called vaginismus. For those who don't know what that is, it causes the vaginal muscles to be very tight, and it makes spicy sleep painful or even impossible. We struggled for years not even knowing this condition existed, and last year my wife finally started physical therapy. After starting physical therapy, my wife told her mom about our situation because she felt like she needed someone to talk to other than me, her mom, which I was completely okay with. The only other people who know about our situation are a couple of our close friends and a couple of my close friends. Over the last few years, when we've said we're ready for a kid, my mom would always make the most comments about kids, including talking about making sure we were prepared in regards to nutrition, prenatal vitamins, etc., and got us a couple books in the same vein as What to Expect When You're Expecting. My wife at one point had suggested that we tell my mom about our situation because she felt that my mom was becoming worried, thinking that we had been trying to get pregnant for a couple of years. I'm not nearly as close to my mom as my wife is with hers, so it felt weird to me to share such an intimate detail with her. Problem. Well, we recently announced to our parents over Zoom due to the vid that we were pregnant, and of course, everyone was thrilled. My mother-in-law accidentally slipped up and said something about being proud of us for overcoming our obstacle. She knew my mom didn't know, but I don't blame her for the slip-up. It's easy to say something without thinking when you're excited. Naturally, my mom wanted to know what she was referring to. And so we had to tell her. She blew up at us, saying that she had been so worried for us, and how could we not tell her? On one hand, I get where she's coming from, that she was concerned for us, but at no point did we explicitly tell anyone that we were actively trying to get pregnant. And in my opinion, it's an incredibly intimate detail, and no one is entitled to that information.
Yeah, I mean, how can you be concerned when you don't know what to be concerned for?
They might have just not wanted to have children before then.
Yeah.
And also, this is more so, yes, it is like a both of them thing, but it is his wife's body.
Yeah.
You know? And, you know, she did say, like, oh, do you want to tell your mom and stuff? But they agreed not to, so it's not really any of your business.
Yeah, totally.
I imagine part of her reaction was also due to us telling my mother-in-law, but not her. Again, that is Opie's wife's mom, who she's comfortable with. I haven't been able to talk to her since this happened, though. Like, Opie's wife's mom saw her naked, changed her diapers, raised her daughter.
Oh, is
of
OP
course
not the woman?
No, Opie's the guy.
Okay.
So the woman, his wife, has
Right.
vaginismus and
Okay,
told
yeah.
her mom about her own body.
Okay. That's why I was confused. I was like, I mean, it makes sense that it's like, oh, you told his mom and not your mom?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That, but either way.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense though.
My friends and her friends are a bit split on the subject, and I wanted to get some outside perspective. So Reddit, am I the a-hole? And we've got an update, but what do you think?
I think no, you don't need to know about my wife's vajayjay.
No, that's her vajayjay.
Yeah.
And yeah, it hurts. And that's our beeswax.
That's a very intimate detail.
Absolutely.
Oh my goodness.
Specifically because it's like, yes, it is not just during like it is a condition that exists outside of spicy sleep,
Right.
but it also, when you're talking about it, entails talking about the spicy sleep, you know?
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly.
I have pain during spicy sleep.
Right.
You know, I don't know if I
Yeah.
would want my partner talking to his mom, who, like, if I didn't
Yeah.
have a super close relationship with her.
I completely agree.
I feel like positive updates are kind of rare here, so I'm happy to say that I have a positive update.
Okay.
My wife and I decided we would give my mom a couple days to cool down before we reached out to her again. But she actually reached out to us first, asking to talk. Okay. She started off immediately apologizing for how she reacted on the last call. Good start.
Okay.
She said that she thought we had been trying to have a kid for years and had been really concerned, especially since we didn't seem to be concerned at all. She had me in her mid-30s and regretted having kids so late. So she was worried we were going to wait too long and discover some infertility issues. She also said that since I was her only child, my wife was like the daughter she never had. My wife had even let her help plan the wedding. So when she heard that she had been left out, it made her realize that she wasn't as close to my wife as she thought. Aww. And the combination of emotions cued her over the top reaction. Aww.
Oh.
After having time to think about it and talk about it with my dad, she realized how much she messed up. She really was truly sorry for how she acted and ruining what had been such a special moment. This wasn't one of those, I'm sorry you were offended type apologies. She didn't try to pass off her reasons as excuses, but just for us to understand the emotions that were at play for her. By the way, it would make me emotional if you listened to full episodes with stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. There's a little bit left to the story, but lovely ending.
That's great.
We love that.
We love it when people take accountability for their
Yeah.
actions.
It doesn't happen a lot.
No, it doesn't.
But it feels good every time it does.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a little bit left, though. Overall, we had a really good conversation, and we apologized as well for leading her on and not directly telling her that we weren't actively trying to have a kid for years because we were embarrassed about her situation. There were many tears shed, both happy and sad. But I'm happy to say that everything is now back to normal. I always think to myself how many situations on this sub wouldn't even be issues if people just communicated better. And I guess I can now and add myself to that list. Haha. Good for you, OP. I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you too.
Love to see it.
Good job.
But we got some comments to finish this episode off.
Oh yeah.
From the video, my girlfriend sabotaged my little sister, so I kicked her out.
Oh boy.
And this was posted January 13th, 2026. TLDR from Story 1, OP's 11-year-old sister moved in with him after their mom's house became unsafe. His girlfriend kept complaining that his sister wasn't doing her chores, but OP caught his girlfriend on camera literally undoing the chores his sister already finished.
What?
Just to make her look bad.
Oh my god.
His girlfriend was trying to get rid of his sister by lying about her. OP kicked the girlfriend out and later found out she was treating his sister even worse than he knew, like not letting her eat when she was hungry.
Oh my god.
If you're curious to know the full story, you can go watch the full video.
That's like crime.
I know. I remember the story. It was crazy.
Wow.
Tifla F6 says, first story, as the oldest child of 4 who grew up in a toxic and abusive household, almost like a survivor's guilt when you are finally old enough to get out. I felt like I was abandoning these little people who I always protected. I wasn't able to get custody of them like OP, but I was able to provide them sanctuary when they got themselves out. I hope OP's story is a lesson to others in similar situations that it's best for you to get out ASAP. If it's a situation that necessitates protective services, call them, but get yourself out of there. Take a little time to get yourself established in the world so that you can help your younger siblings in a more substantial way. That was a great comment, and
That was
I
a
agree.
great comment.
Professor Chaos Kitty says OP with the girlfriend sabotaging his sister. From what I can make out, they started dating when OP was a bit of a party animal, so she probably wanted to go back to that lifestyle. Yeah, I mean, it's a huge switch up, but if she wasn't able to handle that, then she needs to go.
Yeah.
His sister's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Commander Waddles says, of course, girlfriend is unemployed. That's how she has all this time to undo and redo little sister's chores. Coconut milk says, if you live with your girlfriend, you can't force her to have a child that is not hers to live with you. If she says no, you need to put your relationship first. She didn't ask to be a mom. Don't make her the bad guy, because it sounds like the boyfriend didn't care about what his girlfriend wanted. How has he proven himself a future husband if he's not going to take her feelings into consideration? I don't remember if they live together, but I kind of disagree with that comment.
Yeah.
His girlfriend can go find a new place and they can move out and they can break up. His sister's got no one else.
Yeah, that is true.
She doesn't have to stay in the relationship, but she can't force him to give up on his sister.
Yeah, exactly.
But those are the ends of those comments and the end of this episode.
All right.
So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And see you tomorrow. Hey, don't leave yet. We've got some stories that we think you'll enjoy, so stay tuned for the next one.
My cousin keeps trying to steal everything I have, and my aunt is condoning her.
Ooh, the aunt's like, I would also like free belongings, please.
Yeah, you heard that right. My entitled cousin, who we will call Faith, tried to take everything I ever had. And she loves my entitled aunt, like adores her so much that Faith would do anything to please her. By the way, this comes from Cool Sharp on the r/okstorytime subreddit. So she was very special, to say the least. My aunt adopted a girl who grew up to literally be like the mini version of my aunt. She was rude, mean, extremely demanding, and her favorite line was, "You can't hurt me, we're family." I never really paid attention to her, nor really liked her at all. She was a spoiled brat. My cousin, I dubbed thee Lucas, ignored her. Lucas was never neglected, though, because our grandma was the one taking care of him the most, while our aunt, Brittany, because I hate that name, no offense to Brittany's out there, doted and adored her. Dude, Brittany's just catching shrapnel out here. What's going on? I made a story about my entitled aunt who treats me like a slave in another story. Not gonna lie, I wrote it badly. I'm surprised it got so much support. Like, thank you guys. And real quick to clarify, my entitled aunt is Aunt Brittany.
Aunt Brittany.
My entitled cousin is Faith.
Cousin Faith.
Best cousin ever is Lucas. And I'll go ahead and go by my username, Cool Sharp. And my boyfriend will be called Thomas for the story. I was 17 at the time, and it was Christmas. I worked 2 part-time jobs in order to make my own money and be able to afford all the gifts that I got for my family and my boyfriend. We were all at my aunt's place for this Christmas. Some days were good, other days were bad, but it all got worse when my family adopted Faith. She hated me with a burning passion. First day I met her, I was cuddling with my boyfriend on the couch, and her, my aunt and grandmother, and Lucas all came over for Thanksgiving about 2 years ago. I stood up and greeted her nicely, of course, saying, "Hello, I'm Cool Sharp. You must be my new cousin." I tried to shake her hand, but she ignored me. She just told me to not wear those disgusting rags and walked off.
Oh yeah, dude.
Now, Aunt Brittany spoiled Faith with literally everything. She got her first phone at 6. Nearly every single Barbie doll, expensive clothes, got her first credit card at the age of 10 years old.
No.
What?
10 years old, guys.
No.
That's a red flag in my opinion.
That is a red flag.
What does a 10-year-old have to do with a credit card?
And she didn't have to break a sweat. She's younger than I was, only by a year, but she tries to act so high up. Christmas was the best day. What better day than to spend time with your loved ones, including Faith and Aunt Brittany and your own boyfriend? I pulled into her driveway, my mother beside me in the passenger seat, and my father and boyfriend in the backseat of the car. I hopped out, I grabbed the honey roasted ham, and locked up as everyone shuffled their way into the house. Grandma had her arms wide open. Lucas was bugging me to hurry up. As I tried to catch up and not drop the ham, a high-pitched "Helm!
I think it's more of a
You're totally right.
but you did have you came in hard with
I brought the energy.
You know why? It's because you're in the
Wrong tone.
race jacket, so you sounded like a race car.
Just turn left.
Another left turn. That's me. So the loud pitch caught my attention. This is the conversation that followed.
Why are you in those rags?
Rags? Oh, you mean my new clothes? Wow, this script is so fitting. I tried to walk into the house because it was quite chilly, but then she stopped me.
Listen, Cool Sharp, my aunt told me that since we're cousins, I get to have what you got.
Me dumbfounded. What? She's joking, right?
Well, Well, duh. We're both girls, and out of us, I'm probably the best looking one, so we should share. I can even give you tips on how to dress.
Shuffled past her and jumped into the house because it was freezing, worried I would give away my prized new jacket. That was me. I gave the ham to my father, took off my jacket.
I'm sorry. Just the phrase
Jesus, John.
I gave the ham to my father, took off my jacket. Yes.
He has to wear it now because it's part of the story. I took off my jacket, hat, gloves, and boots, and I hung up my car keys and went into the living room. A few hours passed. My boyfriend, and my family all sat down together, talking and chatting and just enjoying the time until I heard a sudden screech coming from the inside. I hopped up and sprinted, pushing the screen door, and I saw my aunt smugly watching as my cousin Faith tried to drive my car.
Vroom, vroom.
It's almost as if Faith thinks she's some sort of race car driver now, you know? What would make her think that?
I'm sorry.
Maybe from my cool jacket.
Oh, why does Dakota look like LL Cool J right now?
I look like LL Cool J.
Yeah,
I look like LL Cool J.
You look like 90s LL Cool J.
I think the bucket hat is what pulls that one together.
The bucket
hat,
selling
it's
it.
the fit, everything.
The fit too.
The fit, that's why. The jacket and like
Let me put the hood up.
the hoodie.
There we go.
My name's LL Cool J, and I'm here to say
Yep.
I am a cool guy in every way.
Yep.
All right.
LL Cool J is now Faith in the story. LL Cool J took the car. So I hopped out, not caring about the cold, and stormed up to my aunt. Me. What? Okay, now you're going to be Brittany.
Okay.
So, me, what do you think you're doing? I snapped at her, trying not to fume.
Oh, well, Faith wanted to try to drive, so I told her to get your car keys and she can drive your car.
Me, annoyed. I never gave her permission. Now tell her to get out.
Honey,
I hate when she tries to talk all sweet to me.
you should share your stuff with her. It's just her by herself with her brother, Lucas.
Like the accent change. I ignored her and stormed up to Faith. She drove off the driveway and into the snowy sidewalks and got my car stuck. I told her to get out of my car or else. She got out looking smug as ever and threw her keys at me.
Oh, no.
I have no keys to throw.
Please don't throw your keys at me.
I throw him at Keon and bounce off his cakes.
Oh, I didn't even like your trash car anyways.
And stormed off, complaining to Brittany that I wasn't being nice and that I was rude to her. I huffed and called out for some help. Me and my family got my car unstuck, luckily, but what was beginning to piss me off now was that she tried going after my boyfriend. She was standing close to him, laughing, smiling, playfully hitting him.
Playfully.
There we go. That's what I was looking for. Once he saw me, he got away from Faith and went straight towards me. I told Thomas to stay inside, the boyfriend, and I confronted Faith. Me, visibly angry. What the heck do you think you're doing?
Oh, why I was talking to Thomas. He's so sweet, and I
stopped her, beyond angry. I'm very protective over my boyfriend, and I get jealous easily. Don't talk to him. Don't try and touch him. Don't stand near him. Got it? I was pissed.
And what are you gonna do about it? And why did Thomas even choose you? You are a pig compared to me.
Me desperately trying not to scream. At least I don't squeal like one when I don't get my way. And I stormed away. Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
That's right.
I'm not even Faith, and now I'm mad. Whoa. Nuh-uh.
Boom.
You
Got
can't
it.
mic drop me on that.
Gotcha. Hey,
Squeal like a little pig.
you steal my jacket, I have to call you a squealy pig. That's the rules. That's the rules.
It's the price I pay for drip.
Now, throughout my stay, over and over, Faith tried being and getting close to my boyfriend. And multiple times, she took my car without permission and drove it around. It was so incredibly frustrating. I was going to go out and get a few more presents in the stores. So I grabbed my car keys and then looked into my wallet to see how much cash I had saved up. I grabbed my car keys, then looked at my wallet to try and see how much cash I had saved up. It's empty. My wallet had no cash in it. Confused, I checked my pockets, checked my jacket pockets, and the inside of my bag, but still no money. I asked my dude, you're very distressed over there. I asked my parents to what happened to my money in my wallet. They had no idea. I told them I somehow can't find my $200.
Where the heck's my $200?
A couple hours later, my aunt and cousin walked in holding bags of new clothes. Suspicious.
These are just blatant thieves. This is not cool at all. These people should be arrested.
I almost respect just how like evil they are and how just upfront they're just like, yeah, I'm just stealing your money and just like getting clothes with it.
We are actively thieving from you.
Like we're showing you to
Yes.
your face. You don't like it when I touch your boyfriend? I'm going to hug him all night. You don't like when I drive your car? I'm going to steal it 4 times an hour. A couple hours later, my aunt and cousin walked in holding bags of new clothes. I asked them, when did they get this? When did they go out? And it was right around the time I was trying to go out and get the rest of my gifts. Faith was looking at me snooty, her nose pointed in the air, and she was grinning. Me, angry. Do you know what happened to my money?
No, Cool Sharp. But I did find $200 and it was so lucky of me. I decided to take my mother out for some shopping and look at all of the wonder.
I cut her off. Starting to feel my blood boil.
That's you.
Where was this $200 found? I was gritting my teeth.
Why? I found it in a bag. I don't know whose it was, but it sure was a lucky find.
As she made her way upstairs, I went after her, but my boyfriend stopped me.
Let it go. She's trying to get you to do something to her.
He grabbed both my shoulders as I squirmed. Wanting to fly upstairs, I literally sock my cousin in the face. Me, slightly yelling, I saved up that money so I can buy the rest of the gifts. She went through my bag and took my money, and my aunt doesn't even say an effing word. I was shaking with how selfish and entitled she is. Just because she's getting everything from her mom, she ain't getting jack from me. Thomas hugged me and told me to relax, that it'll be okay, and that I shouldn't be upset. But it got far, far worse.
No, like, I don't know what I would do if I had that explanation given to me of like, yeah, I found it in someone's bag. It's like, yes, stupid. Was it yours? Are you crazy? Are you the dumbest person I've... Hello? It's like, that would sound like a coconut, like, banging together. It's just empty brain. Nothing in there.
Dude, the other day, I walked outside, right, of the studio, and I saw this like little car, was like kind of square shaped.
Yeah.
You know, it had this like name Dakota, you know, on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this is just like a free car, just like sitting right outside.
Oh, the one that had my name on it.
Yeah, like it was like Dakota or something. So I like got in and I like found some keys like laying on the table. It was just like laying on the table. I was like, wow, this matches.
My keys, yeah.
And I just like took the car and it's a free car and it's great.
Oh, that makes sense because my car disappeared yesterday. That's totally fair, though. You had no idea that wasn't my car.
I mean, I found it.
You did,
So,
which means
it was just
legally
sitting
it's
there.
yours
John,
now.
you're so lucky.
I'm
You're the luckiest guy I know.
I'm so lucky, guys.
Yeah. What a lucky find.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, that's incorrect. That's not how the world works.
It's not? No?
It's not.
We don't roll around just playing finders keepers?
Fake freaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, okay.
So ever since Faith took my cash, she's been deliberately trying to get me to give her everything. And when she doesn't get her way, she screams for her mother saying,
Cool Sharp isn't letting me have this.
or
Mom, she isn't sharing her car with me.
then my parents would have to get involved and practically beat my aunt back to wherever she came from before Faith summoned her again. Wow.
Like, I just imagine, like, the Hydra, like, the Greek Hydra, where it just like it keeps spawning more heads as you cut them off, and it's just like, no, we have to just force it back to where it came from.
But I got so many heads and they're flying with two which and fro. So that Christmas week was the worst, and I still remember it. I had a headache the entire time. No, I had an entire headache the entire time.
Ooh.
That's serious.
That is an entire headache.
I bit my tongue every time Faith asked me something that she wanted. On the last day of the week, my parents and boyfriend all scurried into the car. I could tell that my aunt hated the tension between me, my cousin, and my aunt. I was the last one saying bye to my grandma. She was the sweetest thing during the time I was there.
Aww.
And Lucas, who instead of a cousin, I'd like to call a brother.
Well, at least you got 2 good ones there.
You got 2 good ones. Not a family full of crazies. He was there for me too, and I made my way out before my aunt topped me on the shoulder.
Are she gonna say bye to me and your cousin? Like, how rude are you? God, I'm so glad I'm not you.
Me just wanting to leave. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And I walked away. By the way, you can never walk away from us.
That's right.
Do you want to know why?
I tell him.
Because if you go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any of your favorite podcast app and just search OK Storytime, there is an endless sea of content. You can literally never walk away from us again. You will just be walking through a forest of 1,900 podcast episodes.
Oh, yeah. You can't find the bottom.
Yeah. So go to Spotify, your favorite app, search OK Storytime. Check it out.
There
Come
it is.
hang with us.
Damn, did you just say we're bottomless?
We are bottomless,
Not
except
some
for
of us.
the cakes. The cakes. They're present. The cake is in this room with us as we speak.
I heard them spit rude things about me, saying how Thomas won't stay with me, how ugly and fat I am. You know, the usual girl bullying type of thing. I was sitting in the back of the car and with Thomas, as my dad was the one driving this time. As we pulled away, I saw both Faith and Aunt Brittany glaring at me. That's when I rolled down my window and flipped the frickin' bird. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! And we all drove home. Thanks for reading my story. I hope it's not too long, and I hope I didn't bore any of you. I will never, ever get over how stupid my aunt is, and now that she has a mini-me, her, I gotta deal with her more. But thanks for reading. Even if you didn't like this, thanks for taking time to read my second encounter with my aunt and her little devil child. My intoxicated cousin crossed the line with political insults, so we uninvited him from our wedding.
Oh, you see that right there, buddy? That's the line. You crossed it.
Ooh, you're the president of getting kicked out of my wedding. Politics. So, I, 24 female, am getting married in late February to my partner of 6 years. We are having a larger wedding in part because my family is massive, so there will be about 200 guests. So especially in comparison to some of the other families I've invited, my cousin, 49 male, and I are pretty close. By the way, this comes from Pear Zesty Clothes 2404 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So he's been an uncle figure for me for most of my life, but he was very close with my dad, so I was considering asking him to walk me down the aisle. My dad passed away last year. That was until tonight. Obviously, an election can cause a lot of tension, especially in such a polarized political sphere. I expected tension. When I posted a short rant about my disappointment, I expected some pushback from my family. What I didn't expect was my cousin to come pew-pews blazing, calling her the N-word. We are white.
No!
And a salute.
No! Did it already get political? No.
What?
That's not politics, that's racism.
That's pure, simple racism, ladies and gentlemen. Holy wow. So when I told him I didn't appreciate how he had spoken about her, he went on an angry rant about how Kamala is horrible and how I am horrible for voting for her and how my fiance is a C slur. He is East Asian.
Dude.
I felt as though the only natural way to respond was, cousin, I am so disappointed that you speak about me and my fiance in that way. You are no longer welcome at my wedding as you clearly don't respect my family.
Wow, that's a pretty succinct way to handle that.
Yes. Absolutely.
That's easy.
Done.
You go,
Done.
hey, so I think we're done here, right?
Right?
I think
The story's
me and
over.
You are done here.
My cousin stopped responding at that point, and my aunt messaged me saying that my cousin is probably wasted and that it was too far and bishy to uninvite him. It honestly may have been. This cousin has a history of being extreme when he is wasted, and he always drinks on election nights. But I felt like this was a line that he should not have even approached. Maybe I was too harsh. Am I the a-hole? Was I too harsh?
What do you mean a line that he shouldn't even approach? What's the line? Blatant racism? Like,
Dude.
what are we talking? What?
We have some relevant comments, but before we get into it, yeah, to answer your question, like, absolutely not were you two. First off, just like I think on your weddings in general, you should be able to have who you want and be able to foster the exact environment that you want.
Right.
But dude, this guy, like we said, blazed 10 trillion miles past the line.
Yeah.
Like,
no.
just yes, uninvite him. Absolutely. About your, I mean, it's already insane to say the stuff he's saying, but about your fiance?
Yeah. That wasn't even a line. That was like a big old wall. That was like the Great Wall.
Yeah.
And he scaled that wall and came down on the other side with just a bag full of racism.
Oh, bro, bro is the Santa of racists.
Feel free to not invite racist Santa Claus to your wedding.
We don't need racist Santa.
We
you
don't.
can kick him out.
God, I thought we got rid of that guy a long time ago.
Dude, we thought, but bro, he's back. Ho ho ho. He's got a gift for everybody.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well, we have some comments from the people.
Oh yeah.
So, comment number 1, Invito Veritas. Drink reveals the nature of a person within. It removes the inhibitions. He wants to say that. His inhibitions prevent it usually, but that's how he feels inside.
Yeah.
Comment number 2, not the a-hole. You didn't uninvite him because of the election. You uninvited him because of hate speech against your fiance. Edit to add, don't be afraid to uninvite anyone who supports him or badgers you about him either. Facts. You are the company you keep. Update. Hi, everyone. Thank you to the people who read my original post and responded genuinely with sound advice. I took all that advice to heart. Before I get to the update, I wanted to address a couple things I saw in the comment section of that post. Firstly, there were a lot of comments calling the story fake. I really wish that were the case. Although I do feel like that's what all fake story writers would say.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah. No fake story writers like, you got me.
You got me.
Oops.
It's always like, oh, gee, golly gosh, I wish it were. But anyways, we know this is real. I wish there was a story I just wrote for craps and giggles to post on Reddit for karma. Sometimes people get wasted and are unkind when they're wasted. Some people are racist and don't show it openly. Another thing I saw was people getting a little confused about my family tree. My cousin is old enough to be my dad/uncle, but he is my first cousin. My dad was his dad's younger brother. My aunt mentioned in the story is not that cousin's mom, but my dad's younger sister. Now on to the update. Now my fiance and I discussed how to move forward during his lunch break yesterday. He told me that I could proceed how I wanted and he would support my choice no matter what it was. I told him I was sticking with my decision to uninvite him from the wedding and I was considering going completely no contact depending on his response to being uninvited, which I think is a very smart move. Because like how he reacts to that, I think is another like very, very true look and reveal to what his character actually is.
Yeah.
My fiance was relieved at that and told me to keep him updated. As an aside, my fiance was so supportive and empathetic throughout this whole thing. He held me when I cried and offering up the idea of moving to a safe state. As of right now, we are looking into Illinois, Washington, and Minnesota if y'all live in any of those places. I'm just so lucky to have him. But later in that day, my cousin responded to my comment on inviting him. All he said was, "You can't uninvite me for this. I was wasted. You know I didn't mean it."
That's literally like not.
I didn't mean it.
Nuh-uh, I didn't say it. Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I didn't mean it.
You know how many times I've gotten drunk and been like, it's okay to say racial slurs?
How many times, Dakota?
Exactly 0.
There we go. That's the number we were praying for.
I got real sweaty there.
The number everyone should aspire to.
A big old
Goose,
0.
Goose egg.
Goose egg, ladies and gentlemen. There was no accountability being taken on that apology. That response really made me pause. In vino vertes. In wine, there is truth.
In wine, truth. The Latins knew how to cook up some bars, man.
They were just spitting bars all the time.
In the
Shout out to them.
wine, truth.
Truth. That is something I kept seeing in that comment section, and it was the first thing I thought when I saw his response. I knew he meant it. If he didn't mean it, wouldn't he apologize? So I messaged him privately saying, "Hey, cousin, I will be sticking to my decision to uninvite you. I cannot have someone at my wedding that is even remotely okay with calling my partner something like that, especially since you didn't apologize. I would like to keep some distance for a while too. I need to think through this."
Yeah, 10, I don't know how you could respond better.
What did you expect, brother? He saw it right away and was typing for a while, but eventually responded with just a emoji.
Just probably like a thumbs up. I'm not sure why the emojis get translated into, I think that's like Chinese characters.
Something like that.
Some kind of
Cantonese or
Mandarin.
Mandarin.
You should look into that. OP says, so I guess he realized it wasn't worth fighting me on this, and he still didn't apologize. I also messaged my aunt at that point. I said, hey, aunt, after what happened last night, I did a lot of thinking. I'm accepting of other people's opinions, but no matter how wasted cousin was, it's no excuse for spewing such hate, especially towards fiance and me. At this point, it isn't about differences of opinion. It's about respect. He showed me that he doesn't respect me or fiance as people, so why should he be allowed to celebrate our marriage? If you still consider his behavior acceptable, let me know so I can remove you from the guest list too.
Wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Take that, auntie.
Yeah.
Get out of my wedding.
I wouldn't even give her the tail end of like, let me know so I can uninvite you too. It's just like, just let me know. Just let me know, because then you'll get the absolute truth.
My aunt came back and apologized for defending him, and she said that I was right to do what I did. Yeah, you would say that to get back in the freaking wedding. When my fiance got home, he and I talked about what will happen, and I checked with him to make sure he was okay with my aunt being there. If he wasn't comfortable, I would uninvite her. We decided that she is on thin ice, but she is still invited. But my fiance was also brought up that my cousin was my original choice for who would walk me down the aisle. He asked me if I had considered what I would do there. I hadn't yet, so we went through all the possibilities, including me walking down the aisle on my own as someone suggested. I do want someone to walk me down the aisle, though. It was always supposed to be my dad doing that, but as I mentioned in my last post, he passed away in 2023. The plan was that my cousin would hold a photo of my dad while he walked me down the aisle so my dad could be honored that way. Wait,
That's
the same
touching.
cousin? Maybe a different cousin.
Probably a different
It's
cousin.
gotta be.
I would assume it's gotta be a
different
different
cousin.
You know
Or
how
maybe,
crazy that would be?
That would be
maybe
insane.
are they saying they have to redo the plan because it was supposed to be that cousin?
Yeah, because first OP's dad passed away. Then, yeah, she literally, OP was going to have the racist cousin walk her down the aisle.
Yeah.
And then he said all this stuff, and OP's like, what are you talking about?
He's like, I was just drinking.
Oh, I didn't know you liked racist juice.
Yeah. So
No.
It says it on the can. I didn't think they were serious, but
No.
that beer made me racist. I promise it's not me.
Well, you know it is always you, Dakota?
Oh, boy. I want to know.
Today, forever, and always.
Let me know. Let me know.
Is the fact that you can listen to full episodes of Dakota, Keon, myself on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or your favorite podcast app. If you just go to Spotify or those other places, search OK Storytime, you'll have endless episodes to listen to.
That is
And hang
all
with your
me,
boys.
dude.
That's
You're right.
That's us. That's
that was-
us.
that's
classic Coda. Classic
That's
Keon.
all me, baby.
Baby. So we have a little bit of the story. Is there literally anything, anything possible that cousin or aunt or anyone could say to be totally okay and be totally fine?
Probably, but like nothing realistic. No.
I don't
Like-
I don't think so.
No.
Like if they, yeah, I mean, there's nothing that'll undo that. You could do like really great stuff. Be like, I just donated $5 million for cancer research. I'd be like, you still got really racist the other day though.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Can't do it.
I don't know.
Can't erase it. Yeah.
Like, it's one of those things where it's like once something gets said, like you can't put it back.
Well, let's read this final part and see if they even try to do anything to redeem themselves. We, the bride and the groom, both agree that it was the best way to honor my dad at our wedding, having the cousin, not the racist cousin, walk down the aisle with his picture. I decided what I wish was my choice from the beginning. My mom's brother, who has always loved my fiance and has always fought for equality in the United States, will walk an important factor is fighting for social justice, will walk me down the aisle holding a photo of my dad. My mom will also walk beside me down the aisle. I love it. Thank you all again for your honest feedback on my situation. I really appreciate every single one of you. I hope this is the end of it. Mini update added since I've been asked a couple of times. We're moving to Twin Cities, Minnesota.
To the Twin Cities of Minnesota.
Is that a song?
No,
No.
it felt like it was important.
You crushed it though.
Like the Twin Cities.
That would make a great song. And
This
I would love to hear you
summer
sing
in the Twin Cities of Minnesota.
it. It gets
The
hot.
WWE is getting down.
Oh,
I think.
Well, I'm going to get down with some comments. Comment number 1, be prepared for the uninvited cousin to show up anyways and wasted. Smart. OP replies, I didn't even think of that being a possibility. What would be the best way to prevent this or handle it if it happens? Reply says, if you're able, discuss the possibility with trusted family members who could serve as bouncers, or honestly what Dakota said, hire some sort of security. If, I guess, worst case scenario, your own family who kind of serves as like, maybe got like a rotating bouncer shift or something with your biggest. Hey, you got 200 family members.
The biggest family member out of the 200 people that are going.
You got to have some freaking honkers, some freaking beefcake. But yeah, that's the end of the story. I walked out of my cousin's wedding because I kept getting disrespected.
The disrespect, it ends now.
I, 36 female, have a cousin, 34 female, who got married 2 years ago. A year earlier, I declined her invitation to be a bridesmaid due to medical issues. I didn't want to be dead weight and knew I couldn't fulfill my duties on her special day. By the way, this comes from Stop Drop Cyclop on the r/okstorytime subreddit. So she was understanding. And a few weeks later, I had an emergency surgery for a rare disorder. Within 6 months, I lost 70 pounds and felt like a new person after dealing with symptoms for 12 years. Lily and I weren't close growing up. She was mean and bratty, but in our mid-20s, we bonded. We took spontaneous trips, confided in each other, and became reliable friends. For her wedding, I went all out, buying a living room set that she'd always admired as a combined gift with her new house, graduation, and marriage. As a side gig, I do hair and makeup for special events, and after Lily knew how much better I was feeling, she asked me to do hair and makeup for the bridal party, the bride, 4 bridesmaids, and her mother. I agreed to do it and told her it would be a gift. I hadn't seen Lily or most of my family in almost a year. We live a few states away, and being sick made the trip impossible. So I was excited to finally catch up with Lily after so much time. The day after the wedding at a bridal event, Lily barely acknowledged me. I assumed it was pre-wedding stress. From the moment I walked in, I could tell something was off and felt like she didn't really want me there, but I shrugged it off. The next morning, I arrived to the venue at 6 a.m. to set up my makeup station for the bridal party. We had a tight schedule, but at 7:30, no one had arrived, and by 9 a.m., only her mom had showed up. Confused. When she called Lily, she answered right away and said, they just partied too hard and they overslept. The bridal party finally arrived at 10:45 with full professional hair and makeup already done. I asked Lily what was going on and she muttered, I don't need your drama. I calmly asked why she didn't inform me that she had gotten makeup because again, OP was there to do her makeup since 6 a.m.
Yeah.
She rolled her eyes and said, just shut the F up, please.
Oh, no, now you've crossed a line.
Yeah. I changed into my outfit, a black turtleneck and a marbled pencil skirt that she had approved of. When Lily saw me, she snapped, what the F are you wearing?
She's channeling her Steve Jobs.
And accused me of trying to steal the spotlight with my weight loss.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's jelly that you're hot.
So she unleashed every insecurity she'd ever had and threw my personal struggles that I had confided in with her back in my face. Her bridesmaids only egged her on. I only returned to pack my supplies after they left for photos. I found my makeup tools on the floor as if someone had wiped their arm across the counter. Palettes were cracked and a few brushes had ended up in the toilet. And ladies and gentlemen, that makeup that this professional makeup artist is using is not cheap.
Yeah.
It's not cheap.
I think you need to seek damages.
Ooh.
Yeah, dude. She effed around. Now it's time for her to find out.
Do we call certain people to show up? Do you take this woman to be your lolly? Anyone that has objections, please speak you now. And they're like, I object. You're under arrest. Please. Please.
The ultimate what? I object.
I am throwing in a conspiracy theory. Yes, it's crazy. Yes, it's out there. But I'm just praying that this is one of those crazy, like, all-timer stories where that happens.
Please.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm thinking.
You're under arrest.
Later, I realized products were missing and my curling iron would no longer work. Lily was also trash-talking me to the family, claiming I was ruining her day. I wasn't allowed in family photos. My aunt just said, just stay away, let her cool down. Others made excuses saying she's stressed out, don't make it worse. The final straw was her being hateful to my 6-year-old daughter, the flower girl. I could tell my daughter's feelings for her and she started biting her nails, looking around for someone to help her. I told my husband we were leaving quietly and informed my mom before we drove 7 hours home. Let's rewind 3 years before the wedding. Lily had her maid of honor, Hannah, visit me during spring break. After some drinks, Lily confessed to having multiple affairs with, including, are you ready?
Let's go.
The wedding DJ.
Uh-oh.
The husband of her best friend,
Ooh,
Tara,
that's a mess.
also a bridesmaid.
Oh.
The three had been best friends since high school, and she claimed that she had always loved DJ. Oh, wait. DJ is a
the
person.
Name. Yeah, DJ is the name.
Not
I thought
the
it was the
DJ
DJ of the wedding, too.
And
You know, it'd be crazy if his name really was DJ and he was the DJ, so it'd be DJ.
DJ.
So it just seemed like a justification for her actions. She admitted that she was also addicted to prescription substances, revealing she was high during 2 recent car accidents that my grandmother paid thousands of dollars to cover.
Oh my God.
Who is this chick?
Oh,
Is this still this is the bride?
this is the bride.
She needs to like get some stuff sorted out before she gets married, I think.
But I distanced myself after that. But Lily begged me to stay in her life, claiming she was getting clean and had confessed everything to her family and fiance. I gave her a second chance, believing that she was trying to grow after a tough upbringing. After I left the wedding, Lily and her parents spread lies that I stormed out, cussed her out, and even brought certain substances. Her bridesmaids backed her up. Her dad told my husband vile things to stir the pot. I realized I had left her gift card at the reception and canceled the furniture order the next morning. A week later, Lily texted, "The furniture never came." Where is it?
And that's how Siri read that text message.
Where's my furniture?
I don't see that furniture.
I don't want it. Like, you like freaking gave it to me. Like, where the frick did it go? I need to like run my grandma's car into it and have her pay for it.
Hi, my grandma's buying me furniture. Where is that?
Well, I told her I'd canceled it. She exploded, calling me a bee who couldn't handle not being the center of attention and bringing up deeply personal things I shared.
I hate that so much when you like share like deep things and then people like try to weaponize it against you. It's
Dude.
like you're disgusting.
Such a betrayal of trust.
Yeah.
Just such a betrayal of trust.
It's over from that moment
over
on for me.
I didn't respond, and I went no contact. Later, my mom told me that Lily was upset because she thought I showed off my weight loss at her wedding.
You're not even showing off. You're just existing.
You're just literally living and breathing.
Yeah.
Sorry, I am alive. Lily has struggled with weight her whole life and had gastric bypass surgery years earlier, losing 100 pounds, but dealing with excess skin. I was heartbroken to realize our bond had partly been due to my own weight gain during my 20s.
Ooh, I've heard of that before, where it's like people who are like larger or overweight, and it's like if somebody loses weight, like there'll be resentment there. Instead of being like, good for you, they'll be like, why have you done this to me? And it's like, ooh.
It's I understand how someone sick and twisted would view that, unfortunately, but like it's just like, what does that have to do with you or anything? Why not? We'll be happy. Hey, congrats. I don't know.
I don't know. It's happened. It's like Meghan Trainor. She lost a bunch of weight, and then like people came after her because they were being like, "Oh, so what? Now you don't like? You're not on our side anymore?" And it's like, well, no, I just lost weight, guys. What the? It's it's hard to you can't please anybody anymore.
Now, I was heartbroken to realize our bond had been partly due to my own weight gain during my 20s. Gaining weight was hard, and I did everything I could to stay healthy. The lies Lily spread began to divide our family the following year. I slowly reached out to family members in hopes of salvaging things. It became clear that Lily had said on and after her wedding day had the potential of ruining our family. I dug up years of messages from iCloud and sent screenshots to key family members. These proved Lily's accusations were false and that she was projecting her own actions onto me. So the entire thing made me want to barf, but I wouldn't allow her to ruin my relationship with my family. I also wanted our family back to the way it was before all of this started. Turns out Lily had never confessed to her husband or grandmother about her past. Someone, still unknown, shared the screenshots with her husband, who filed for divorce immediately.
Oh my God. Wow.
Wow.
Well, hey.
You wonder why she didn't say anything.
That's what happens when you F around. You find out.
Dude.
It might not be today, might not be tomorrow, but one day you're going to find out.
Now, it was the final few weeks after she gave birth to their son.
Oh,
she
no.
was pregnant.
Oh,
she was pregnant.
Yo, she's. Where are we sending her, Dakota?
Where's she going, Dakota?
I don't know. I think until the child is... It's hard. She deserves the black hole, but The child needs its mother.
Well, the baby's good. The baby's
Well, yeah, but now it's born, and it needs its mom a little bit.
good. Nah. Not
No.
this mom.
No.
Get her out of here.
Yeah, she's gross.
Put her in the black hole.
She's gross.
The husband later got full custody, confirming that he had already suspected that something was wrong. Friends came forward with more information about her affairs and substance abuse. Tara also received screenshots revealing Lily's affair with her husband, ending their friendship with a dramatic public Facebook post. It wouldn't be a family debacle if there wasn't a Facebook post. Screenshots included. Since the divorce, Lily's life has spiraled. She's been arrested twice for driving under the influence, lost her job, and I recently heard she lost her nursing license after an appeal.
Ooh, that's so hard because you know what? It sounds like, I'm just putting the dots together, but she's a nurse, so it's like her addiction probably stemmed from where she worked, or at least because that's where you have the access availability.
Yeah.
So it really sounds like this person really needs help getting sober more than anything.
Yes, yes. I
Like,
think you're right.
A lot of these problems will probably are tangentially related to her substance abuse.
Let's use it's like let's use this moment. Hey, I've been fired and all this stuff anyways. Let me go ahead and spend that time to heal myself.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's feeling like she's at or near rock bottom.
That's
Like it
God.
doesn't get much lower than where she's heading.
I don't know how it could be, to be honest. I know canceling the gift and leaving the wedding gift with her flower girl is petty. I regret not telling her husband the truth earlier, but I didn't want to cause unnecessary problems. Plus, she promised she would tell him. I chose to trust her, which was a big mistake. But it's never a big mistake.
Ooh, tell us.
Going to Spotify, going to Apple Podcasts, any place you listen to podcasts, and typing in OK Storytime. You're going to get all the episodes your ear holes can freaking handle for the rest of your life. I promise you. What do we say here?
I think we've kind
going on?
of like discussed it. It doesn't have to be OP, but it's like whoever the best. Maybe it is like a family intervention type thing needs to happen to sit her down and like be like, hey, we're worried about you. But whoever she's most likely to listen to, I suppose, should probably be the one to broach the topic of like, hey, we need to get you. You need help.
Yeah.
Do you not agree?
Yeah.
Do you not think that? Do you maybe think you need help? And then she'll probably be like, yeah, I think I do.
Because also, like, getting her help will be the thing that for sure puts, or ultimately and mostly puts a stop to all of these crazy things she's doing.
Yeah,
right?
It's definitely, I can't imagine she becomes like more unstable after she gets clean.
Well, OP closes out with this final part of the story here. I truly wanted to have a relationship with her. I believe in second chances and that people can change. I'm usually pretty good at recognizing when someone is attempting to manipulate me, but dang, she had us all fooled. Guess she thought, hey, it's my special day, so I can do whatever the freak I want. Never thought she would try to completely alienate me from my family, even if it meant destroying it. So, am I the a-hole? And we have some relevant comments here. Comment number 1, I lost 150 pounds years back and lost a ton of friends. One of my friends was a really big girl. She started mocking me and telling lies about me, taking things out of context. Her last words to me were, you're no longer a part of the big girls club. I say totally not the a-hole. Your weight loss had nothing to do with her. And had she not behaved the way she did and spread lies about you, you wouldn't have needed to out her lies. Opie said you wouldn't have had to out her lies. Dang, that's a good point. One I've never considered. I have felt guilty for how her life has turned out, knowing if it wasn't for me sharing those messages, most likely these things wouldn't be the way they are. But again, like we've said, she did this to herself. It's not you sharing it. It's the actions. It's the actions that she did.
Right.
Deep down, I know this is all her, but I've been struggling with feeling responsible, which I can understand. And that is that.
And that is the conclusion.
It's over.
Of the saga.
It's freaking over.